Now on CBS 12 News at 11. Here's a live shot of the Palm Beach County Courthouse as gay couples get ready to say "I do" as marriage for them becomes legal in Florida. What this could mean for local businesses and our economy. And prices dropping at the pump, what that could mean for your wallet and how long will it last? Plus, more information coming out tonight about the shooting in City Place, leaving those in our community worried and a city promising safety.
This is CBS 12 News at 11.
New tonight, it's a day thousands of gay couples across the state have been dreaming of. The day they can finally legally tie the knot with their significant other. CBS 12's Jonathan Baton, he is live, and he sat down with a pair of West Palm Beach lovebirds who say they'll be the first couple married by Mayor Jerry Moyo. Jonathan, you are right, Jonathan. I'll be there. I'll be the reporter there at midnight. So thank you very much for this good story. Well, this week, Florida becomes the 36th state to recognize gay marriage. Now, a voter-approved state constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage was overturned by a federal judge. His ruling on New Year's Day mandated all 67 Florida clerks must issue licenses starting on Tuesday. Now, at the South County Courthouse in Delray, where I'll be reporting from on Monday night, applications will be accepted beginning at 10:30 tomorrow night. Severe weather socks South Florida. Torrential rains turn fairways into floodplains. Nearly a foot falling in spots. Cars get stuck. Even people use boats to get around. Tonight, CBS 12, the one to turn to, has complete coverage of the massive flooding from the Palm Beaches to the Treasure Coast.
This is CBS 12 News at 11.
Tonight, assessing the damage and cleaning up after a day of horrific flooding throughout South Florida. At this hour, this is what we're tracking from the Treasure Coast to Boca Raton. We start in Stewart, where residents experienced nearly a foot of rain falling on the ground. In Martin County, the floodwaters there led to cars getting stuck and then going nowhere. Almost 100 vehicles were disabled in the area. And in Palm City, look at this picture of a woman getting around with water almost to her neck. Now, at this hour, floodwaters are receding in Martin County, but now it's time to look at the damage left behind from almost that foot of rain that I just said, that just kept on falling on the Treasure Coast. CBS 12's Jonathan Baton, he is live in Stewart investigating how people are faring after the severe weather scare. Jonathan? All right, Jonathan, thank you very much. Now, the heavy rain also left plenty of misery behind for people in Palm City, with floodwaters even going into homes. CBS's 12 Al Pefley joins us from Martin Highway, where the water may be going down, but the cleanup is just beginning. In hundreds of homes pounded by rain, drivers stuck in floodwaters, and so much water coming down quickly that manhole covers came off, causing dangerous situations for some. CBS's 12 Jenna Ashbach, she is in Stewart, where this storm started. And for much of the day, neighboring St. Lucie County was under a flood advisory. Now, this is a look at cars driving on a road covered with water on Arezzo and Port St. Lucie Boulevard. Plus, the rain even affecting the traffic at the mall. This was the scene this afternoon from Wellington Green. Now, nearby, Wellington Medical Center also experienced flooding in their parking lot. And this is video sent in to us from a viewer in Boca West. It shows one of the golf courses there with more water visible than the greens. Now, CBS 12 meteorologist Michael Ehrenberg, he's been tracking the severe weather all afternoon and into tonight. And what's on the storm track radar right now, Michael? Now, severe weather led to play at the Honda Classic being suspended right here, with spectators running for cover as dangerous weather hit hard and fast. CBS's 12 Matt Lincoln is there covering the weather story for us, where fans and players are being told tee times are set for mid-morning tomorrow. So from Palm Beach County north all the way to the Treasure Coast, a lot of folks experiencing this flooding firsthand. These are some of the pictures that were posted on our CBS 12 Banjo app, and these are eyewitness videos and pics. Let me show you. Shannon Strait saying from freezing to flooding. I hate Florida. I hope not. This is flooding at a parking lot in Stewart. Also, this is video of someone taking a drive in the rain. That's Maddie and Joe Malmuth. As you can see, this truck almost completely submerged in water. Thanks for posting these videos and pics on social media. Tag us at CBS 12 and we'll retweet all of these to our viewers. Well, we weren't the only ones hit by pounding rain. This is floodwater taking over in Miami, leaving people stranded, and dozens of cars also stalling out. The water rose to about a foot in some areas. Well, the Coast Guard is allowing more boaters through the Fort Pierce Inlet tonight. Boats with less than a 20-foot draw are now allowed through the inlet safety zone. This after a barge sunk in the inlet on Tuesday. Now, the Coast Guard saying it is light buoys to mark the debris out there where the wreckage is to make sure that boaters can get through this area safely. Well, a pilot had to make an emergency landing in Boca Raton after experiencing engine trouble. The twin-engine prop plane went down while traveling to Pompano Beach. The 37-year-old pilot's name has not been released. Fire crew saying that the plane didn't hit any power lines and was able to land on a canal bank. Tonight, the FAA and NTSB are both investigating. The Department of Homeland Security up and running tonight despite coming close to running out of money. After Republicans in Congress passed a one-week funding bill, President Obama quickly signed the emergency legislation to keep the agency open. Democrats wanted a one-year funding bill, but money for immigration enforcement continues to be debated between the two parties. If some kind of agreement can't be reached by next week, we could have a partial government shutdown. Well, a police chief under arrest tonight. The reason he says he tried to hire 2 prostitutes. But first, here's Michael.
CBS 12 News starts now with breaking news.
We could have had a dead 15-year-old boy on our hands.
You really believe that?
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt in my mind.
After disappearing for almost 50 hours, Ricky Henson has been found safe.
You're going back to St. Lucie, okay?
But questions remain on how a college student lured Ricky away from home. CBS 12 investigates. Tonight, it's a missing child investigation that parents should heed. Lured away from his family by a so-called adult friend on social media, the search for Ricky Henson ends with him back home safe, but his return comes with a strong warning. On the right, you see video and pictures from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office that shows the moment Sheriff Ken Mascara found Ricky in this Orlando apartment. On the left, that's live video. Learning of his return ever since, well, now there's been a constant flow of family members and friends coming to the Henson house. Our team coverage of Ricky Found starts with CBS 12's Jenna Ashbach. She's live outside the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. And Jenna, it's been quite the 48 hours. Yeah, you asked some tough questions. Thank you very much for being at that press conference. Well, now let's go live to CBS 12's Chuck Weber. He is live in Fort Pierce investigating this lure of social media and the dangers it holds for your kids. And Chuck, it's quite a warning from Sheriff Ken Mascara tonight. All right, Chuck, thank you very much for that live report. Now, you know the entire community is rallying around the Henson family tonight. From family to close friends, lots of folks are very happy for Ricky's safe return. We continue our team coverage of Ricky Found with CBS's 12 Thomas Forrester. He is live outside the Henson family. And Thomas, it's quite a homecoming. All right, thank you very much for your coverage out there. And of course, we will have continuing coverage on air and online of how Ricky was found and of course, any new developments that happen 24/7 at CBS12.com. Well, more breaking news now. A Palm Beach Shores police officer is accused of rape and sexual harassment. That's according to the Palm Beach Post. Since 1983, at least 11 women have claimed that Sergeant David Kelly raped, assaulted, sexually harassed them, or just hit on them. None of the allegations have resulted in an arrest or suspension for Mr. Kelly. Well, turning now to weather, and our warming trend continues after days of cold air and frigid temperatures. The mercury seems to be rising again as we go outside and take a live look outside in downtown West Palm Beach. Now, the chance of showers on their way. CBS 12 meteorologist Michael Ehrenberg, he joins us now with your first forecast. All right, we'll see you then in the newscast. Well, the man accused of kidnapping his ex-girlfriend and holding her at gunpoint now behind bars. Deputies say that they tried to pull over Harvey Hill when he took off, then slammed into another car at the corner of Military and Investment Lane, and then that's when he jumped out and started running off. Now, deputies say that Hill also dumped a firearm. He is being held without a bond tonight. His ex-girlfriend was not harmed. Well, the search is on for 4 men who were riding inside a car that hit and injured 5 teens in West Palm Beach. The teens were just getting off their school bus when they say that they heard someone scream for them to watch out, and then they saw a car come at them, barreling towards them. All the teens were taken to the hospital, and tonight they are safe and released. Well, new at 11, a Florida teacher is out of jail after being accused of having a romantic relationship with one of her middle school students. 30-year-old Megan Connors was arrested after police say that she had sex with one of her students on campus during school hours. And this is how parents found out. Officials say Connors had nothing in her background to suggest that she would behave this way. This case is under investigation. Well, developing details on 15-year-old Ricky Henson's disappearance. That's coming up. We will have the latest on what deputies are saying about how and where Ricky was found, including how social media played a part in his disappearance. And more breaking news, we are learning of a shooting. We'll tell you about it when we come back. Breaking news on our top story, 15-year-old Ricky Henson safe at this hour after being found at an Orlando apartment. This after Sheriff Ken Mascara says that Henson communicated and then was lured away from home by a college-age man over social media. The sheriff quite strongly believing tonight that when teens like Ricky go missing, many times the outcomes can be quite deadly. Ricky Henson missing for 2 days before law enforcement tracked him down. Of course, we will continue to follow this developing story on air and online at CBS12.com. Well, more breaking news now. A shooting at an Orlando theme park has left 2 people hospitalized. That's according to the Orlando Sentinel, I should say. The shooting happened at the Fun Spot and injured a teen and an adult. The injuries, we're told, are non-life-threatening at this hour. Witnesses say that a man was running through the park and shooting. That man now is in custody. Stay with CBS 12 for any developing details coming out of Orlando. Well, Minneapolis police say that they've arrested a 43-year-old man after shooting and then injuring an officer. This is what it looked like as police searched for that shooter today. The police chief saying that the officer was targeted. The officer now is in the hospital. No word tonight on his condition. Trayvon Martin's mother is continuing her quest to make sure that her son's memory is not forgotten. She told his story today to a crowd that gathered at the library in Cleveland. Now, if you remember back in 2012, Sabrina Fulton's son was killed by neighborhood watch volunteer George Zimmerman, who was ultimately acquitted in this case. Fulton told everyone that she is using her tragic experience to help the family of Tamir Rice, the Cleveland boy that was shot and killed by police. Well, caught on camera, take a look at this time-lapsed Earth Cam video of crews transforming LA's busy Hollywood Boulevard into a red carpet staging area. Yeah, it's the Academy Awards tomorrow. Here you see the days of work just scrunched down to less than a minute. The 87th Academy Awards, they're tomorrow, but the red carpet starts hours before that. Hooray, hooray for Hollywood. Well, the best of the best when it comes to the big screen will be walking that red carpet just in a matter of hours. You know, this 87th Academy Award, as I mentioned, is tomorrow. And by the way, we want you to watch and tweet with us using the hashtag CBS12Movies. Just because it's on another network doesn't mean we can't talk about it. From the fashion to the winners and the losers, we want to hear from you about this. Join the movie students that we have invited to tweet along with us. Again, it's hashtag CBS12Movies.
Should be fun.
With me now, you know who gets the Academy Award for the best turnaround story.
This is CBS 12 News at 6:30.
New tonight, promising to keep people safe in downtown West Palm Beach after a shooting in City Place. Now that's from the mayor's office as police continue their search for the gunman responsible for injuring a teenager during a very busy Saturday night. CBS 12 Jonathan Baton, he is live where the shooting occurred. And Jonathan, so far police have plenty of eyewitnesses, but no suspect under arrest. All right, hopefully those people will come forward. Thank you, Jonathan. And today, the director of communications for West Palm Beach, Elliot Cohen, released this following statement on behalf of the mayor. It reads in part, quote, "The mayor is in constant contact with the police department and they are doing everything to ensure visitors and families continue to feel comfortable enjoying the area." End quote. Well, right now, PBSO deputies also investigating a shooting in Lake Worth. It happened in the 900 block of State Street. Now, detectives say the 32-year-old victim says 2 men approached, then shot him, fled in a white Mercedes SUV after that. Now the victim sustained non-life-threatening injuries, and he is expected to be okay. Deputies say the shooting may have been drug-related. Well, thanks to your help, a purse snatcher is behind bars right now. Deputies say they've arrested 24-year-old Gracchus Masodor in connection with several Boca Raton purse snatchings after receiving a Crime Stoppers tip. Deputies say Masodor confessed to the robberies. Well, right now, Martin County deputies asking you to use caution if you'll be driving on 720 west of Fox Brown. Now, 720 is open, but deputies are warning drivers to expect periodic road closures while tow trucks remove the burned semi and clear the scene of debris. No word on if anyone was injured in this blaze. Well, a grease fire at a restaurant in the Gardens Mall is keeping it closed for another day. The fire broke out at Brio Tuscan Grill yesterday, and employees suffered minor injuries, burns to the hands. The locale itself sustained smoke, some considerable water damage as well. But the mall is open at this hour. However, Brio expected to be closed through tomorrow.